what are the symptoms of an identity crisis? What can you be able to spot out when someone is struggling with identity crisis? Some few characteristics, and yeah, so that we get to know when you see something, you know, there is trouble here. Someone is just struggling with something here.
Now you've given me a beautiful question, which yet is really hard. But if you see somebody behaving the way you behave or the way that I behave, then just know that some person has some identity crisis.
That's a good one.
And what I'm trying to say, like I said in my opening up, that everybody and each and every one of us, as long as you wear a black skin like me, you have an identity crisis.
Yes.
And if you are a parent and you already have children, you have an identity crisis. You're going to lead your children into an identity crisis. I must say, how do you think that I ain't going to have an identity crisis? Like I told you, that the only way I'm going to feel appreciated in this world or taken up is when I carry an English name or a Muslim name. Now, I just want to take you deep, my brother, and think about this. If I want to change you, and we are all here talking about integration. Integration is where you bring two things and you put them together without one losing another.
Yes.
It's identity. But when we come here, we lose. We have to leave what we are almost in order to become what we are not. Today in Norway, when I give birth to my two children, and I decided I'm gonna give them names like Sebuliba Kauma, Sebuliba, which happens to be the name of my dad, Kauma being the name of my grandfather, and my name. Norway will say those names are not popular here, and they will even give you a long document to show you why they're not going to let your children be named those names.
Yes, yes.
So when you look into this, we in African culture, why? Nabino byetukola olwaleero nti buli mwana wa abeera na linnya lyo. I will translate that your child only has your last name. Like all my children today, they are called Kaumas. Yet my father, when he named us, he named Kauma, Nantege, Sekamate, Nsereko, Nemutumba. That's naming over 5 of his ancestors. Ngaba chance to be reborn through us. But today, we don't do that. Bonoingira mu nyumba ya Mugisha ogenda kusinkana mu Mugisha bokka ng'olinga agamba Mugisha gyava tebatuumayo mannya malala. Do you feel me? So that's how our identity crisis comes in, and that's how we start to kill our cultures, and that's how we bury our ancestors forever.
Yeah.
When you rub some away, when you rub some person's knowledge of his roots, you rob him of his identity. You hear me? Before I give you a name, I'll give you a God. Nzija nenkugamba togezanga nolanya. Never try to speak of your ancestors. But when you talk, say like this: Katonda wa Yakobo yi Ibrahim nani nizenda tukulanya. So you tell me not to talk of my ancestors, and you tell me to talk of your ancestors.
Yes.
That is me taking away who you are, and I give you what you not, and I tell you, nenkugamba jinemiti nebibira nenyanja, the lake you call Naruvale, don't call it Naruvale. That is wrong. But this is a lake that has been feeding your mothers, your fathers, all what you are. Nojigamba jitume Victoria, name it Victoria. This lake that has been feeding you all your life. So what I'm trying to say, as long as you're a black man, either how do you see who somebody who is in an identity crisis? Look at yourself in the mirror or look at me, and then you'll understand. So what causes identity crisis? Everything that is not right in the foundation. Bagamba akacha mama mera nebo kagolola kakola chi kamenyeka. So if the foundation is wrong, somehow you go wrong. If we have already had an identity crisis when we are back home, so when we come here, even what we know is not right. We identifying, I am a Muslim, I am a Christian. Chetusosa. Omami, the gentleman who gave a speech from Denmark, I really love what he said. And I want to credit one thing. In his speech, he said that I'm a man who used to stand in courage, and I loved courage. Was that his words?
Yeah.
So you see that he tried to hold onto himself and his roots.
Mm.
So we mistake adapting to, because adapting, you change ways. Yet integrating, you keep yours and you're trying to learn another, and then you go forward.
Yeah.
But what we do is to be adapted. Nebakujjako amannya go nti Mugisha Kawuma, ne bakugamba nti olwaleero kati gwe Moses muganda wange, ne bakuyita Gibson era lyosoosa.
Moses Gibson.
Okiwulira, ne batuyita ba
John Jones.
John
naye
Jones.
ng'erinnya
Michael
lyakyawo eri ku making who you are, olumu lyerabirwa n'okwerabirwa. So identity crisis mu baana, that there's no way how we're going to deal with it until we deal with our own.